to not only read cards for yourself, but you're also going to learn how to read for other people. And I'm teaching you how to become a psychic reader, whether it's for fun or for profit. Because what I started doing this and reading a regular deck, and Ma had given me ideas of how to do it. And for those of you who know me, you know Ma talks to me and has been since I was 5 years old. And as I went along, I met other people who were doing readings, and there wasn't much ethics there. You know, they were bragging about, I did a reading for, you know, the president of the PTA or whatever. Or they were talking about these things of other people's secrets, and I went, wait a minute, that doesn't work for me. And I started thinking of, there's got to be some ethics in doing this. And so here are some of the things that I had put up. And if you want to, if something comes up real exciting that somebody you've been doing a reading on, never tell anybody who the name of the people. Never say who your clients are, because that's not fair. It's like a doctor or a lawyer. This is a profession. If you want to do this as a profession. So think about that. So as I'm going through here, I'm going to give you ways that you could do this professionally. And you might think, well, I don't want to do that. But you'll be surprised if people know that you are doing readings or you're taking classes and you're getting more metaphysical or spiritual. They're going to say, oh, do me. And that's fine. You can say, great. I do parties. I go to people's homes, and I usually sitting in somebody's bedroom with a little table and doing readings.
Party sounds exciting. Right?
Yeah, and there's 6 or 8 people there, and they come in and I do a half-an-hour reading. And they go out and they're talking about it. And so somebody will say to me, well, Dottie, what did you think about, you know, Martha's reading? What does Martha say? You know, no, I'm not going to tell you about somebody else's reading. So, oh, guess who I did a reading with? No, you don't want to do that. You're not a physician. I have had two people that have come in where I just said, Ma said to them, they've got to go to the doctor today. And one of them died after being here 7 years on the planet. And her mother was convinced if she hadn't gone into the hospital when I told her to, it would have been within that year that we saved her 6 years. And I just had another person come in and the same thing. And my guide says, she needs to go see a doctor. Well, I don't go running out to everybody I know and say, you know, so-and-so's really sick. You know, you don't do that. And you don't when you're doing a reading. Somebody will say to me, well, how long do I have to live?
There's some questions you don't know the answer
And what I said is, how long do you want to? And well, and Ma says, enjoy every minute of your life. Don't worry about when you're going to die. Just enjoy your life. Because we found people have said, well, I went to a psychic and they said I was going to die when I'm 60. Okay, well, I'm 58 and I'm scared. Well, you don't want to do that to somebody, to make them scared that they're going to. And the guy I'm talking about, well, he came back at 65 and said, well, I guess that psychic was wrong, but I sure was worried for a long time, you know. So, because he changed a lot. He started getting exercise. He didn't want to do that. But you don't want to tell people about their longevity. And you don't, when you're reading, you don't say, oh, I know what you're talking about. When I had my hernia operation, and go on for the next 15 minutes, letting them know all about you. They came to see you or they want to talk about themselves, okay? Never, and this one I did once, never do readings after you've had alcohol or drugs or prescription drugs. I went to a party and they kept handing me a glass of wine. And I'm talking along and I drank it, you know, and I'm doing it. And about the 5th person, he got up and walked away, and I followed him and said, oh, I forgot to tell you, and and Ma says, and I was one behind, and I went, this doesn't work. No, you don't want to do that, because it really, not only who knows what you're going to do, but it blocks the energy, and so it doesn't come through near as well. And one of the things that got our wonderful Sylvia Brown in so much trouble with everybody was she suggested that somebody invest in a business he owned. And the business went belly up, and boy, she really, the guy took her to court.
She got sued?
Yeah, because it wasn't just a reading, it was, as far as they were concerned. So just think about that. I can talk about Sylvia, she's no longer here, so. And don't go into business with your clients unless you can really separate it completely. But you've got to watch that. See, Paul coming up with how to make the eyeglasses is not us going into business together.
I'm multitasking.
What?
I'm multitasking.
Yes. Okay. So, every time I start any type of readings, I always I say, okay, I'm going to, put white light around me and calm down. And what I'm going to be teaching you today is going to sound like it's a lot of work, and yet it's one of those things you can get to do it very rapidly as you get into it, okay? What you need to be a card reader, and this is on page 1 of the card reading book. New deck of regular standard playing cards, and preferably plasticized. What you're using now are what are called trash decks. If you're going to do this for anybody else, buy a new deck of cards. I like the bridge cards. I don't see any over there. They're just a little bit thinner, and they're not quite as wide as the actual playing cards. Do I have a bridge deck? I don't think so. Corky, there's a deck of cards over there that has Goofy and Donald Duck or something like that on it.
Oh, I don't think we brought it.
Yeah, I did. It should be up. Maybe I left it in the bag. Never mind. It doesn't make any difference what kind of cards.
Aren't bridge cards not a full 52?
Oh, no, you're thinking peanut.
Sorry,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Bridge are just a little bit smaller. And you usually get them in a box with 2 decks.
Got it, okay.
Yeah. And because, as I was saying earlier, I didn't realize my hands were kind of small, and those feel really good. But you like them. You like the cards that are plasticized because they move easier, and if they get dirty, you can wipe them off, and all sorts of reasons. So usually those are going to cost you more than just the pasteboard ones. You need a box or a bag to keep your cards clear and clean, and so that's why each one of you got a bag. Thank you, Sister Sue. She made these for us. So you've got a bag that you can put your deck in when you get a new deck. And so they're just hello. Thank you. Okay. And appointment book for future visits. So if somebody calls and says, hey, Paul, I'd like for you to read cards for me. The worst thing you can do is say, okay, I'll see you Monday at 3 and then forget it. So most of you have a smartphone, so you can always start that as where you put your appointments. Okay? And you a reading table, reading desk. I use TV tables. They're the perfect size for what you're going to be doing. Or a desk with a flat surface like I have in my office when people come in. An open mind and a clear aura. If you have any judgment about anything, don't bring it into the reading room. Okay? Especially right now, politics is a big thing. And I have people come in that politically, they're completely different. I have people come in to see me who are I was going to say every gender, and that's true. Male, female, male to female, and female to male that come and see me. There's so many different types of people, different religions. And I want to mention one person because I'm not going to give his name and you don't know him, but he came to see me and he's a Santeria priest. And Santeria is voodoo. And he lives up in Oakland Hills. And he's talking along and I'm doing a reading on him. I said, hey, by the way, what's the cost for a good curse these days? If somebody wants to be cursed, what's it cost? And he said, $35,000 plus the chickens.
Wow.
And I could have gone, anything. I
Yeah,
could have,
right.
you know, gone, oh my God. Or, oh,
You're in the wrong business.
I said, oh, and he gave me a card, and, you know, but it was one that was so far out of my comfort zone, you know, but I didn't react, I just, oh, good, you know. But I did help me when somebody walks in and says, oh, you know, I've got a curse on me, and I said, who dislikes you $35,000 worth? They go, nobody. I said, nah, then you don't have a curse. Because people are convinced if life isn't working, that they're cursed. Well, life isn't working, not because somebody has put a curse on you, it's because you allowed it to happen that life isn't working. Do you understand that?
It only has power if you believe that it has power.
Exactly, thank you so much. Yeah, and it's amazing, but.
What did she say?
It only has the power if you believe it.
Mm.
And,
Plus, if you're just thinking negative, you're drawing more negative,
Exactly,
so negative things are gonna
exactly.
be happening.
And it's amazing how quickly it happens. You know, my karma is so quick. If I say something bad about someone, I'll turn around and run into a wall or trip or, you know, it's immediate.
Corky, you get the Brittany, that happens so many times. She'll be smart mouthing me and she'll turn around and she'll hit her hand. I said, that's your angel getting back at you for talking to me like that.
It's amazing how
It's like instant.
Yes, instant.
It is, and the more you work in this field, the quicker it gets. And it's just like, whoa, so you want to make sure.
So maybe she's borderline saved, eh?
You're so bad. So when you think about coming into doing card reading, I used to teach a class, and this is what this comes from, how to read cards for fun and profit. And since I see so many people are out there doing readings, and you go, why? Why are people going to see readers? Because they want to help. They want to know where they're going in life. They want to have a feeling that it's going to get better. They want to, there's so many reasons that people come to see you. So start looking at what kind of person would you be attracting? Okay, when you start doing this and you start saying, yes, I do readings, you're going to be attracting pretty much people like you, or people who do like you, or people who you've worked with in the same organization, people, I mean, there's gonna be something that there's a connection. I had a client, it was just yesterday, it was Friday, who had read about me in Yelp. And I've never read Yelp. I'm on Yelp?
I'll have to find you.
Yeah, I'm on Yelp. Okay, and I went on and all these nice things were being said about me. And I thought I'd like to go see me too. You know, I'm like, okay, I like that. And so last night I read it to Corky. She wrote and just went on and on and on and on. And I got to get back to her and say, put that on Yelp. It was great. But you want to think about yourself in a very positive way, and then you're going to draw positive people. I talked to other readers and said, everybody that comes to see me is sick. I said, but you haven't been feeling well. Well, no, but what's that have to do with that? So think about that. You know, you want people to see you as being healthy and happy and enjoying your life. And I was able to draw the laughter card this morning. That's fun. I like that. Okay. And remember, you know, a deck of cards are just pieces of cardboard, thick paper. They have no power whatsoever. The power is what you give them. The reason the oral cards are so interesting is because other people have ideas about issues and things. We saw that in the different decks, whether it was the fairy deck or the Michael deck or whatever. And it's how you vibrate to that energy on the cards that's written on the cards that makes them powerful for you or not. But the card itself has no intrinsic value. Because I hear people say, oh, well, I've got the cards that I have is the best deck ever because, well, the only reason it's the best deck ever is because it speaks to you. So that's why I said, if you go and look for a deck, you get that. And because you want something that helps and supports you, not something that tears you down. And so that's one of the reasons that you wanna look at them, and know that it's just a tool, like anything else. I mean, you're not gonna, I was gonna say fall in love with a ruler, I don't think people use rulers much anymore, you know, but it's just a tool. And it's there to help you if you want it, but it doesn't have any of its own power just sitting there, okay? And now, treat the cards kindly, after all I've said, because they are gonna pick up some energy. So you want to make sure you clear them every time you use them, and you just pick up your deck. So right now, let's just pick up your deck of cards. And if you got a new deck, didn't you? Because they're in suits. Shuffle the heck out of it. So right now, I want you to pick up your and just close your eyes and shuffle. And as you're shuffling, just very gently talk to them. You can talk to them out loud. You can talk to them in your head. You can do whatever you want to do. But bring white light in over you and the cards. And as you're shuffling, just bring in your spirit guide. Bring in the energy of your spirit guide and say, something like, guide, I want you to be here and help me clear this deck of any negativity and help me use it to see things in the future for myself and others. Some wording that is yours.
Yahoo!
Now, did everybody take out the joker, the election card, all the things that, advertisement, whatever it might be?
The Looney Tunes.
Yeah, make sure they're out of there.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's a Looney Tunes deck. Not necessarily a good idea.
When you start, okay. Have your pen ready so you can take notes. I want you to do it as if you can do it for yourself, but every time somebody comes in, you say, just like you did with the Oracle deck, I want you to make a wish, ask a question, but make a wish. Right now, just make a wish and put it in your head.
Oh, and it's it. Yes or no?
Could be anything, just
Anything?
make a wish
Okay.
and put it in your head. And if you have a person who's shuffling the cards and keeps shuffling the cards and keeps shuffling the cards, I once had a lady that shuffled them over 200 times. She was kind of nervous, and so she just kept shuffling the cards. And it's very therapeutic. It calms you down when you shuffle cards. It's nice. And so I put up with that one, and I thought, I'm not going to let that happen again. So the next time, after they get past 12, I just put my hand out, and they give me the cards back. Okay, because
They're shuffled, trust me.
I don't know how long. they're gonna be
Interpretation of
shuffling.
whenever you're ready.
Gorky, could you get me a deck?
Sure.
Now, I charge money when I do readings. And when you start out, you might just want to do it for family and friends and not charge money. Or somebody says, I understand you're a real good reader and that you're a brother, and what would I have to pay you for a reading? And you say, how about dinner? You know, something like that. I feel that if you do something for somebody, they should do something back for you and vice versa. I think that's what really makes the world go around.
Can I
And,
take this off?
yeah, you can give me a new card deck, did you?
I did.
No. 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 Anybody want a new deck and they can take it home and use it instead of the ones that it's old? Here.
Well, then also when you're giving information to somebody, if they have some type of compensation for that information, it's more
Makes it-
valued than if you just gave it to them for free.
Right, yeah.
I find that happens a lot in what I do, so.
Right, exactly. If it's free, they gotta go, yeah. So that really helps, but it doesn't have to be money, it can be,
Anything, so,
if
yeah.
they make jam, whatever, but it feels really good when they do that. Okay, so I say shuffle 3 times at least, and so that's where we go. So now we're going to, if you wanna use it yourself here, that's fine, or if you wanna use a mystery guest, that's fine. But you're going to go through and you're gonna pull out a card that represents that person, it's called the signifier card. So, if you have, if you have brown hair and like, Paul, I'm gonna use you as an example. You're light skinned, but you have dark eyes and dark hair, so you're a club, okay? Christina is too, because, there's a lot of people who have dark eyes and dark hair and they have dark skin. Well, almost all of you are. You're almost all of the club, except for Stacy, she's a heart, because she has light hair. And that blonde hair automatically, and if it's blonde, gray, bald, no hair, that the light is a heart. And diamond is those people who are florid complexion, redder. And it's on what page is that? The description. I'll look at right your table of contents.
Page 7.
Page 7.
Thank you.
Okay, and you'll see what I mean. Okay.
So spade would be dark hair, dark skin?
Yeah, but, you mean Desmond?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
that one, that husband. Yeah, but he's not black, you know what I
Right.
mean? He's,
It
dark.
said it could be Hispanic even, for
What?
spades. It says Hispanic for
Yeah, but
spades.
sometimes you see Hispanic people and they're very, very dark. It just depends on how you feel, okay? When you look at it. And so you're gonna pick out, a card, and I'm gonna pick out the Queen of Clubs, just because most everybody I know is a club, and so there we go. And you put it down right in front of you. That is your signifier. That means this is the person I am reading. Okay. So if you have that, and
So I'm a diamond.
you're diamond. You have like that, a reddish hair.
And blue eyes.
And blue eyes, and Scandinavian, and yeah. Okay.
A diamond.
Now, your person, whoever you need to have a person in the middle.
Hmm?
You need to have a signifier, needs to be a person.
Person. Jack, I mean
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
I'm sorry. That's why we were looking at the description of them.
So
Have to read too?
they shuffle, they give you the shuffle deck and then you pull their,
And I pull a
Face
signifier.
card
The reason I don't let them pull it, and invariably, they'll either pull the ace of hearts
You're the king.
or the ace of spades.
Oh, I'm the king?
Yeah.
Oh.
ace of hearts, they like aces, huh?
Yeah, because they know that's big
Uh-huh.
stuff. And but what they do, if that becomes them, they take it out of what's coming up in the future.
Uh-huh.
And so you don't wanna, so right now.
I feel like a queen. Oh,
Feel like a queen today?
It may
Well,
pass.
fine with me.
well, that's what I pulled the first
Remember,
time.
no judgment here. And no telling your wife. All right, and so.
Well, she thinks she's the king, so.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I
There you
did a
have it,
whole
huh?
thing about white light, but I think all of you here know enough about the white light and what it does and how it is. And on page 12, there's a whole thing about using the white light. And then also about cleansing your aura. Anybody never done any of that? Have you always known how to clean your aura and white light yourself? Okay, because page 12 has both of those. And Corky did this booklet. Isn't this neat? With all
Oh.
these little
Oh, thank you.
beings. I like number 11, page 11. I like this, the reading cards bring about psychic growth. And this is for you to read. There's a lot of things on there and how to do it. Okay, here we go. So now, the person that you're reading is sitting across from you, and you go through the deck. And you go through the deck until you find a 7.
A 7.
Uh-huh, and you're gonna hate these 7s after a while, because there's no important. Now, I don't read 3s and 2s. They're just, to me, they're not that important, and I just take them out of the deck. But for you, for right now that you're learning, you might as well leave them in. It's, this is your deck. You can do anything
Is
with
the
it.
first card a 7?
Yeah, good. Stick right there. Don't go anywhere, okay? Stay where the 7 is.
Ooh, 2 7s together.
Oh, already?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Gosh.
Right out of the chute.
Oh, my gosh, Corky. Yeah, you've got horrible 7s already. Okay, so go until you hit a 7, and then whatever the next card is, you're gonna put it down.
Even
right.
with a 3 or a 2.
Right.
To the right.
To the right of the king.
Oh, the right of
Right
king.
of the king. Face up and to the right of the king.
Okay.
Okay, this is a card that represents the past. Now, and that's what why you want you to have a pencil. And here, where it says first card in your book, write past.
Where is that?
On page 2.
Page 2,
Thank you.
just write
First card.
past.
Well, that's the same way in graphology. That everything to the right is,
And that's in the past. Okay?
I just like, it's the left is, anyway, so I won't use that analogy. Not good, never mind.
And since you've got your book open, you've got your pen in your hand, you might, the next page on page 3, you see a layout? And so why don't you just go ahead and write what the others mean. So the card on the bottom, the King of Hearts, is present. The one on the left, the third card, is future. And the one on top is hopes, dreams, and desires. Boy, this lady has got some interesting thing going. Okay,
So you keep going until you find another 7?
nope, stop where, you got a 7, and you put the card down to the right.
Okay.
Okay, and now that's exactly right. You go until you get another 7, except for Corky, who got 2 7s.
I'm blocked.
She's blocked. And she's gonna sit there and think about it.
Think about my sins.
So the card after the 7, you,
The card after the 7, you're always gonna go clockwise, so the one after the 7 goes down on the bottom.
yeah.
You're sitting on it.
And you do that with the 3rd card too?
And you do that with the 3rd card too.
I have 2 3s.
That's okay. Okay,
Are we gonna continue the whole
no,
thing?
no, that's.
So 1, 2.
But
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going?
Yeah.
you- with this deck, with this hand, you're just gonna get the 4 cards,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, we know there's, so you've got 4 cards around. And the first one that you put down is to the right, okay, and you've got that, it's a past. The second one you put down, you're sitting on, that's the present. The next card is to your left, that's the future. And the last card is hopes, dreams, and desires,
Okay.
okay? Now, Corky has the horrible 7s. Dun, dun, dun. What color are your 7s?
One black and one red.
And 1 black and 1 red means negative energy. No, 1 black and 1 red, yeah. It is, yeah, I'm sorry, we can't get around it. 1 black and 1 red.
2 red, 1 black. What?
The second one,
Yeah, that's
2
2
red
red, 1 black.
And,
It should be,
but 2 sevens, if they're 2 red or 1 black,
Yeah,
It's very good luck.
yeah, and that's gonna be good luck. And I was looking at the next one down, but that's good luck. But what's the next card? Now she has to look at the next card,
10,
okay, and the 10 of spades.
yes.
So you go and you say, okay, what am I blocking in my life? What is this that I am blocking? And the
10.
10 of spades is health difficulties.
I'm blocking health difficulties.
You've got some problems with your health, and you're not getting enough, enough help with it. So there's some problems with your health that you're not addressing.
Hmm.
Okay?
Well,
So-
bad on me.
Yeah, so you need to start, saying, what is it? Is it my eyes? Is it my teeth? Is it my cough that I had when I was sick? Is it, it's something that is going on and you're just ignoring it. And so, and I suggest that you get some help. Okay, now, so what happens is the sevens are really important when you get 2 of them, because you get 2 sevens and you look at the next card. And if you ignore the sevens, you'll end up in a big mess. But these are the most difficult part of this reading, is when you get 2 sevens together, okay? So now, you've got your layout.
So what do I do? Where do I go?
Wait just a minute, yeah.
So with Corky's situation, she has 1 red and 1 black, but that doesn't signify anything.
Yeah, that is, it does, because the black one always, because it's a little bit negative and it's in the health, means let's look and see what's going on.
Okay.
So, and then when she got the 10, yeah, it's saying, yeah, you need to look at your health.
So if she had 1 red, 2 reds,
Uh-huh.
because I'm just asking since that's not written
Right.
down here.
Right,
So if
right.
she had 2 reds, that would be
Very
something
positive, and then read the next card and see what it is.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Because instead of, it says it's 1 red and 1 black. And then 1 red and 2 black is negative energy. So that 2 red, 1 and 1 black, there should be 1 red, 1 black.
okay,
Yeah,
we'll have to,
we'll fix that.
we
Okay,
shall
that's-
fix that.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for doing that.
So 1 red and 1 black is very bad. And then when you get to 3, then you have 1 red.
No, 1 red, 1 black is, 1 red and 1 black is good luck. It's you
it's
wanna
either 2
watch
red
out.
or 1 red and 1 black is good luck.
Yeah.
Either one of those.
Yeah, red
Oh.
is good luck, and if it's more than 1 black, it's, so.
Oh, okay, so we just need to reword that.
We just need
The
to-
2
Yeah.
red is fine, it's just,
Yeah,
And after the good luck, you gotta add 2 blacks would be
right, yeah.
negative.
yeah,
Right,
what's 2
exactly.
blacks?
Yeah, thank you. I do it so effortlessly that I forget. And but
So
if
she
you get,
still uses the 10 to put down, right?
no, she
Oh.
keeps it in her deck. That's why this is called the horrible 7. She keeps it in her deck, puts it back in her deck. There you go, and you keep going through the deck. Now keep
And
going.
that I put it in the when I get the next 7, I put the next one in the past.
Uh-huh.
3 8s right in a row.
Ooh.
That's money, isn't it?
So the
Okay.
colors are related to the sevens or the cards you put down?
Only
The
if they're
card
in a
you
row.
put down.
The card you-
Only the 7s are only, you never put a 7 on your
Yeah,
your
but
deck.
the colors you're
Yeah,
referring to.
yeah, uh-huh.
Is,
The red is good, the black is not as good.
I understand that, but what cards are we referring to? The sevens or the cards we put down?
Sevens.
Yeah, that we're referring to the 7s when you look at it, but the next card you pull is the one you're really reading.
So
The
if
7s are just saying, hey, look it, this is something coming up. Then you pull the next card, and that's what, and it's saying, you've got a block. Yeah, the world is blocking you on this subject, and that's what the 7s say. The world is blocking you on this subject, and so you look at the next card and see what are you blocking in life.
Okay, so the color of the 7 plus the color of the card after the 7
Right.
is what the colors you're referring to?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
okay, I got it.
So I've already gotten rid of all my 7s.
Yeah.
And I only
Yeah.
have 2 cards out.
Exactly, so now you shuffle again, because you can't, what you're doing, you are building a house. That's why it's called circles or houses. You are building a house. And how many houses need foundations?
Every single one of them.
So you wanna build a house with 4 cards. Now, if you absolutely can't get 4 cards because of those silly 7, you just get 3 cards. We're gonna say, okay, you've got a foundation that's pretty good, but a little bit wobbly on the front. But we're not gonna keep working to try and get another card, because you get way too many cards that way.
Okay.
Boy, both my, future and hopes and dreams are both 3s.
Okay,
That's okay?
yeah.
See, we should have taken those damn 3s out of there, right?
Yeah, if they're not that important, we should take them.
Take them out. Yeah, no, go ahead. You can
And
take them out.
shuffle them again and get 2 more.
Uh-huh.
I've got a
I'm
deuce.
still confused about the 7th.
Okay,
So you said that when she had a black and a red one, that was bad luck?
That was good.
black and the red one, let's just say it's balanced. Black and the red is balanced. Okay, 2 black and 1 red means it's not good luck. 2
On
red
the
and
2 7s, if it's 2 black, then it's.
That's negative.
that's negative.
Shit, where'd all the 7s go?
So she's
3 in a
balanced
row.
in energy, but she has something she needs to focus on with her
Right,
health.
she has something she needs to focus on in
Got
life,
3 in
and that's
a
her
row.
health.
So what do you have?
Ooh, I got 2
and
black
one
7s
red?
this time.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
So I've got- well,
no,
let me
Okay,
make
the next
sure.
one is,
Oh, I've got
get rid
4.
of the 3s. We got
Okay.
rid of
I
the
shuffled
3s,
them.
okay?
I'm gonna get all the 3s and 2s out of it.
I'm a
Get your wish.
terrible
Oh,
example.
great fortune.
I got 4
That means
7.
great fortune.
It means great fortune.
That's after I shuffled them.
I know, that's why it means great fortune.
I'm a 4-leaf clover just sitting here.
Yeah, 4 7s in a row are really good luck. It's like, it's, hey, this is a time you go buy a lottery ticket. This is a time you invest in that stock you always wanted to invest in. This is a time because the idea that you can get 4 of one kind is incredible.
So I still only have 2 cards up.
So you have to shuffle again.
I do. Eek.
Keep holding that question or that wish in your head.
I forgot it by now. Shit.
Dottie, I looked up the 3 of diamonds because that was after the 2 black 7s, and it says, start giving money, time to charity. And I was asking what I should be doing.
Holy smokes. You give
You're
more.
telling me all over the place.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Again. I'm gonna throw these on the ground and shuffle them that way.
With your toes? While we wait for Corky, okay.
I'm being such a good bad example, huh?
Well, it was good to see an example of the 7th.
And that it did it all by
You
itself.
do, yeah, because you're the teachers. You're helping us.
Teachers. Yeah.
Teachers.
You're
help.
helping us learn.
Maybe I should have. If I'd done that, I would have asked a teacher's question. A teacher's question rather than a real life personal one.
And, okay, on page 4, number 6, it says, sometimes the client may need to shuffle numerous times to get 4 cards around the circle.
Yeah. See.
After 2 shuffles, if there are only 3 cards in the circle, read these and continue. 3 cards in the first circle indicate relocation. This hole or energy spot shows a move or remodel in the future. It's fine to read 3 cards, but never just 2 because the client's house is not complete.
Do we
Finally.
finish with the 2 on the bottom?
No.
Well, that's what I'm gonna end up with,
That's what
maybe.
she's gonna end up with, maybe.
Yep.
Okay, see, she's going through. You don't stop. You never stop until you get done with the deck.
With
Now
the 3
watch what's
7s, with the all
happening.
4 7s.
Oh, well,
What do you do with the others?
we have a couple cards
Yeah.
that are left.
That's mine. That's
Oh.
mine. You go, okay. See, okay. Oh, you are such a good example.
Yeah. Well, I drew the cards on the paper. You know.
I had to reshuffle to get rid of those 3, so I keep going even though I've got the 4.
No.
Okay.
No. That is fine.
Whew.
You've got 4 cards.
So you've got the example like what's up there.
Right.
Wow. Man, I am a good bad example.
Right. So what happened? Now, look at the math here. She shuffled and she got 2 cards.
Yes.
She read the 7 and saw her block. Put the cards back in, because she needed another card to get a house. She shuffled again, and she got 4 7s.
Man, what a thrill.
And so she got 4 more cards.
I
Well,
do feel that.
the houses only have a square
For sure.
foundation, okay, in that circle. The other 2 extra cards are over to the left. See where they are? So think of an outhouse or something like
There
that.
it
I mean,
is.
it's not really part of the
An
foundation.
outbuilding, we'll just say,
Outbuilding.
So we didn't get those because we didn't have to shuffle. them.
Right,
could be
because you
someplace
didn't
for
get
the
level
horse, right?
sevens, but you might some other time, who knows, okay? This is the first circle, and the first circle is the most important. And this is, when you're doing a reading, this is their mental, emotional, this is so many things, and you go through first circle. It's your physical and home situation. It's not only the foundation of the reading, but it's everything they build on. Quite often, this is the only house you need to read. If I was doing a reading and somebody comes in and I'll sit and I'll start doing a reading, and that's all I do is that one. And especially if it's a 30-minute reading. Okay, somebody comes in and says, Dottie, I really got to talk to you. I'm having problems with my husband and I don't know what to do. And what do you think? What does Ma think? And so I'll do this, and it's all going to be relating to that one question that they've asked. Okay. Now, part of the ethics that I didn't put down, but I think is so important. If a woman comes in and says, "I need to know if my husband's cheating on me," and I say, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you that information because that's your husband's situation." Yes, but if I know he's cheating on me, I'll leave him. But if he's not, I'll stay with him. Okay, that's your situation. Would you like somebody to come in and ask me if you were stealing money from work, or if you were having an affair, or if you, I said, I don't give out other people's stuff. Now, I've heard other psychics will tell people, oh, so-and-so doesn't like you, or so-and-so is doing this to you, or that. No, I read the person who sits down in front of me. I don't give them information about other people.
So if she asks, should I stay with my husband, then you can give her an answer.
And she says, well, should I stay with my husband? And Ma, well, looking at what I'm seeing in the cards, Ma says, your husband is a good guy. He's a hard worker, he makes money, he supports you and the family. We don't see he's in love with anybody else. We don't see he's in love with anybody else has to do with the energy we got when she was talking about him. But his energy is so much with her, and that it's almost like they're together side by side. But I don't get any. I'm not going to say yes, but that he went to Mustang Ranch and had sex. That to Ma doesn't have to do with the relationship as much as how he feels about her and how she feels about him. So, very, very interesting. And I've had so many clients who will come back and say, thank you so much. I went home and talked to my husband and said I was worried about him having an affair with someone else. And we talked and talked and talked. And I realized that the relationship isn't working not just because of him, but because of me. There's a lot of things there that aren't just about who's sleeping with whom. It's more like how your relationship is working between the two of you. And so but it comes up at least once a week for me, of somebody wanting to know about somebody else. I want to know if my boss likes me. Do you like your boss? What can we do for the boss and you to have a better relationship? It's about you. Everything in this reading is about the person you're reading, or it's about you. And so when you look at it, you go, oh, okay. And let's start out with the past. Let's look at the card that you have in the past, and you have a definition of cards in here. And that's on page 8, the breakdown of individual cards. And so look at the past. And the past is, I have something that said, I will be solicited for money, watch out. Well, that's in the past. So somehow in the past, somebody took advantage of me. And I might still be holding on to it. They solicited me, I gave them money, and it didn't work out. And so I'm upset about that. Okay, and if and you read this and you say, well, you have someone and it's still bothering you. And they go, well, yeah, that was a no good, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Release it. You're holding on to something in the past that isn't giving you any benefit at all. I talk a lot about forgiveness. Have any of you ever had somebody borrow money and not pay it back, and you don't like the guy anymore, or they've told you to buy a certain stock and you did and you lost your shirt and now you don't like them anymore. You see what I mean? This is all about the things in the past. Those are keeping you from moving forward. Those are keeping you from appreciating the present because you're still stuck in the past. And so you're looking for page 8. Okay, so anybody have something in the past that they want to talk about because they don't understand it?
I don't know who they're talking about, it says family members making changes need hand-holding.
Uh-huh.
I don't know which family member.
Well, this was in the past. Who was it that you were there for, you were holding hands with, you were helping them out, and now you're not too sure whether you should let go, keep doing it, but let go of any of the negativity around it. Okay, if there's anybody in your family that you just went out of your way to help and it's kind of bothering you, or somebody you went out of the way to help and you're so glad you were there to do it. This is just coming up in the past, but let you know that this is something that is there that you haven't let go of. Okay? Yeah, Christina, you have that.
Mine is-
I love that look you got on your face like, what the heck is she talking about? What are you doing here? It's so, you're so
Mine is the
expressive.
King of Diamonds.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it says the teacher, trainer, poet, writer, sentimental, romantic,
Uh-huh.
spiritual energy,
And so this is somebody in the past.
loves to be in intimate relationships.
Yeah, but this is somebody in the past that you learned something from. And it could be a teacher, it could be somebody that gave you some information that you needed. It's part of your foundation. They gave
Okay.
you something that you needed. And it could be somebody you haven't talked to in years, and he comes up to your cards and you think, wow, Professor Jones, I really like the guy, I understand he's going through a rough time. I might just reach out and say, hey, this is saying you've got somebody in your past that the cards just want you to remember.
Could it be someone who's passed away?
Certainly could be somebody who passed away, which means that they showed up. And you can, when you do your prayers or your meditation, say, thank you so much for giving me a note to remember you.
Okay.
Okay, Paul, how are you doing with the past?
Well, the question was not about me,
Uh-huh.
so.
Guess I
Okay.
better get-
Now, whatever it
Reading, huh?
is, something came up in the past, and so.
Yeah.
And so that's a 3 of spades, and what is that? When you look at the 3 of spades,
Get grounded, too scattered, and avoid
and so
accidents.
somebody in your life,
Mhm.
they're just too scattered and
Why
and
is
it's
it?
from the past and you need to release it because it's not helping you worrying about something that happened in the past.
So it's referring to the person that I'm asking the question about,
Right,
right?
right,
It's not
uh-huh.
me, but
Right,
it's the
yeah.
question I asked, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, Corky, anything you wanted to know?
Well, this 2 of clubs is,
Wait a
what
minute,
is the one I was
you've
sitting
got
on?
an ace of diamonds to your.
Yeah.
That's the past.
So in the past, I seek counsel from friends or, so this is, has to do with job.
Mhm.
And that's the ace of diamonds.
Uh-huh.
And that's a good monetary job situation, usually indicates a new business.
Okay,
Great
that was
friendships.
in the past.
That's in the past, okay.
Yeah.
And then in the present, I'm seeking counsel.
Yeah. Okay,
Mm.
you're seeking counsel about jobs.
Oh, okay. And then.
See, this is a story.
okay, and then in the
This is why it's
future-
called a reading. This is a story. This is what you're looking at something and you say, oh, yeah. So you had this job and everything else and that's in the past and right now you're trying to figure out what are you gonna be doing?
Well, I've got that king of diamonds, and so that's this is the, for the future, so I've got, the teacher, trainer, poet, right, the
Yeah,
sentimental
so-
and romantic, good artist, and whatever. Well, I'm glad you're my teacher. Whew.
No, but no, there's a king in your future who's all that, and when you say intimate, we think of intimate as sexual. It doesn't. It just means close friend. There's some
Oh,
person.
yeah, like Paul and I are.
Yeah, but you and Paul. Yeah, so it's some person.
We talk about personal things.
It's some
Yeah.
person that's coming into your life, okay? And they're gonna be helping you with the question about job. They're gonna be helping you. They're a teacher, they're a trainer, they're somebody, they may be like CJ, that can help you on the path that you're on. And it's definitely male, and so.
Yeah, because CJ would be a diamond.
Yeah, CJ is a diamond, okay?
This is the present.
Facebook, yeah. Okay, so then there's the ace of,
Don't go any further, let's just stop right now. So let's just stay with the past, okay? You're really
Sure.
going, you're really,
We're already done.
you're really going fast, okay? How'd you do over here, Stacy?
So I have a 6 of hearts,
Mm-hmm.
in my past, which says should be spending more time with family, loved ones.
Okay, yeah. And what it's saying is, since you should be, that right now, you need to be, okay?
even though it's in the past?
Yeah, because in the past,
You
you
have.
realized, I should be spending some more time with them. Well, and it's saying, yes, now, that was the past, now let's bring it in the future and spend some more time with loved ones, okay? Okay, Kim, how's your past doing?
Okay, that was the family is making
Right,
changes
right.
and handling.
Yeah, are you getting a feeling of you're writing a story? You ask the question, or the wish, and this is all about what's going on. Okay, okay, so what's going on, Kim? Now you've got Christina's look.
I'm forgetting what my wish was.
Oh, now that's a problem.
I should have wrote my wish down. So this would make more sense.
I remember what my thing was because we're getting ready to go on a really, really cool trip. But then it says, like, my present, time to change a job and career.
Okay,
Look for some new endeavor.
well, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna quit your job. It's looking for some new endeavor. And your new endeavor could be helping somebody, your new endeavor could be donating time, your new endeavor could be, it just is saying that for your present, the present to become more full for you, there's something new you need to add to it,
Got it.
okay?
But how does that relate to the trip?
Because.
Maybe there'd be inspiration there?
Exactly, of what, and just sitting here learning something new is what, you're already doing it. It's a new endeavor.
Okay.
And so it's adding to what it was that you were doing before. Okay? Yeah, Paul,
Oh, yes.
any questions about?
No.
Okay, so you got your past, okay, now.
I'm already all done, so.
Oh, well, no, you're not. We're gonna.
Well, I went through all the cards and read everything,
Okay,
so.
well, how does it apply to what you're doing?
It doesn't make total sense to me for the person that I'm doing this for.
Uh-huh.
So, but
And
it may make sense to him, doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and mainly because they didn't shuffle the cards,
Okay.
So
I should have asked more of a personal question versus
yeah.
a question
well,
about.
because if, for instance, you're going to read somebody else. and
Yeah.
You're going to see the difference.
Yeah.
When they shuffle the cards. So okay, so when you're looking here at the present, and the present is what you're sitting on. The present is where you are right now. And so when you look at that, what does that say to you? Okay, Corky, what does your present say? And we've already done you, haven't
yeah,
we?
we've done me, I'm done.
Okay, Stacy, what does your present say?
Mine's the King of Diamonds.
Uh-huh,
Um,
and in your present, and who is this? Is there something new, job-wise, you're looking for that a man's gonna be involved in? Is it your honey?
Oh, the teacher poet thing. Everybody's got that. huh?
Teacher, trainer, poet, writer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Christine and I had
My
that.
Wally always comes up as a king of clubs. He always a boy.
Mhm. That's why I was asking, is there somebody that's going to be helping you with something? Because we keep getting that there's somebody coming up that's going to be, they could be a journalist, they could be a lecturer. You might have somebody in your present that you're going to be learning things from. Okay, and it's just saying, okay, open up and be aware that somebody's going to be teaching you, training you, and whatever it is, it's really good for you. So if you read an article that said there's going to be a seminar or something that's coming up, and you want to take it, but you go, no, it costs $1,000, I can't afford it, but you're really drawn to this guy talking, and it's going to train you something that's going to help in your career. Okay. So
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now.
that's okay. That's okay. And anything,
I remember.
Wait, good, what was that?
To be good at this, to be able to be open and,
You gotta
and
write
be
it down.
a good, I did. To be able to do this well, you know?
Oh.
And the thing that I got in the past was the family member is making changes, need hand holding, and in the future, I mean, the present is the king of clubs, which is always a boy.
Uh-huh,
Fun, humorous, and adventuresome.
uh-huh.
I'm not getting how that fits with
Do you
becoming
have
good at this.
do you have a brother that's, is fun-loving?
No, but I have a cousin that is.
Okay, whoever
And I
it is.
just connected with him recently.
Okay, good, that's it, yeah, and that being a boy, that's the fun-loving, you know, where they like with the party, they enjoy having
That's
fun.
him.
Yeah, yeah,
And we made a tentative date that there's a family reunion coming up on my father's side, which I've never connected with the whole family, and he invited me to go with him.
great, so
So, okay.
coming up in your cards is saying, this is a good idea. This is something that, in the present that you're thinking about, and it's a positive thing, so
Cool.
feels
Okay.
good. Okay,
Yay.
okay, Christina, did we do present with you?
Present, yes.
Uh-huh, okay, now, going into the future. Okay, this is a difficult one. Corky, what's the future now for you?
I've got this teacher, trainer, poet, writer guy.
Yeah, that we have already talked about.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, so now I'm, you guys are up to speed with me.
Okay, okay. Stacy, what is coming
I've got
up?
a six of diamonds,
Uh-huh,
which is will receive big money to a family member.
uh-huh, and that is something that's in the future. Has anybody been saying, I really could have, really need some help from you, or, and when it says money, realize that when it says money, it could be help, it could be energy. Somebody in the future is gonna ask you for some time, help, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And the cards are saying to you, you know, this is gonna be coming up. So when it comes up, don't say, oh, no, I can't, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the money, because it's real important to handle this when it comes up.
And because it's a six, I remember years ago, we talked about the symbolism of there's no, like, you know, it's not. It's
No, yeah, we're not,
free,
we're
like
not,
a
we're not
road.
talking about $20,000. Okay, we're talking about a little bit of time, a little bit of energy,
Uh-huh.
you know, yeah. The lower down the number, the less powerful it is, meaning, but this is coming up and the cards want you to know so that you don't just ignore it when somebody's asking you for help.
And don't the sixes, I mean, because there isn't like, what, like we say, like a 9 or something like that, where it's got, you know, a symbol in the middle or something
Right,
like that.
okay. I didn't put that down, but thank you for reminding me. Okay, the 6 of hearts, 6 of anything, looks like a railroad track. Meaning, it's moving. That's what I was talking to her about, is that somebody's gonna be asking you for help. That's movement, and that's something that's coming up in the present. We're in the present with you, right?
No,
We're in the
future.
future, in the future. So that's something coming up in the future, and it's like a railroad track, it's gonna happen. Okay, a 9 is like a railroad track with a bump in the middle. Okay, the 9 is and that's something you can write down on your sheet. The 6s are like a road, like it's a railway track, and it's gonna happen. No matter what you say about it, it is gonna happen. The 9 is like a road, but it's got a